Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of FS-360 PODSESSION. On today's show, we have Monique Baars, founder and CEO of Fineazy, an AI-powered chatbot empowering financial literacy in Ghana and South Africa. We will explore Monique's personal journey and how financial literacy can drive sustainable financial inclusion. I hope you enjoy this very insightful chat with Monique. Hello, good afternoon, Monique. How are you today?
Hi, Fernando. I'm very good. How are you?
Very well, very well. So let's start with a personal question. You are an ex-BCG consultant and a London Business School MBA. Why Fineazy and not McKinsey or JP Morgan?
The truth is, I loved my time at BCG, and so I really respect, the banks, the consulting companies for what they do. But for me personally, I reached a point in my career, in my corporate career, where I realized that I could have a really big impact if I applied everything I'd learned to a social challenge, or what I believe is one of the biggest social challenges of our time. And that led me to make the call to say no to really nice post-MBA salaries and to really focus my time on solving, on getting my hands dirty and really trying to solve one of those challenges, leveraging everything I've learned in corporate and education along the way.
All right, good. So from our previous conversations, you know that I'm a stronger believer that financial literacy is the foundation to enable sustainable financial inclusion and to unlock the potential of fintech as well. What's your views on this?
I truly believe financial literacy is an important piece of the puzzle. I don't think it's the only piece, but I think it's a really important and at this point undervalued piece. I think, offering what we're doing a great job of globally right now is within the fintech space. So really putting really interesting products into the market that are making financial services cheaper, more relevant, more accessible in both developed and developing markets. But the reality is there's a big gap between having access to products and actually consuming those products in the right ways.
Mm-hmm. And tell us more about Fineazy. What's your value proposition?
Sure. So, in a few words, we make finance easy, as our name suggests. So we've created a methodology for teaching finance in a way that's really accessible to absolutely anyone, independent of their level of education, independent of the hardware, the phone they have. So we teach finance using very simple content in a chatbot, so on a messaging platform, and we use local stories to really contextualize and make the content really accessible and engaging, and then really cool tech on the back end that allows us to personalize the learning experience and really maximize the efficacy for each individual.
Yeah. So you mentioned about local stories. Do you have that content in local languages as well?
Yeah. So our first version, obviously, we started in English, but we've recently done a number of translation projects. So we're currently translating into Xhosa and Zulu for the South African market, translating into Swahili for the East African market, and we've recently all in text format, and we've recently actually started an audio translation in Ghana into one of the local languages called Twi. So our content essentially is we've separated into two parts. The one is the academic content, which is definitions, exercises, examples, assessment questions, and the other is the stories. And even if in English, the stories need to be very localized. So every new country we go to, we create local stories, because that's how we actually make finance accessible and relevant and contextualized.
So your primary customers are financial services providers. How can Fineazy help them drive sustainable financial inclusion?
There's many ways actually that the financial service providers benefit from this. So the first is with customer acquisition. Right now, financial service providers, especially in the African context, are struggling with customer acquisition. It's quite expensive. It's the first time a lot of people are engaging with these products, with these concepts. And you're looking at, 75% of the adult population being unbanked. So large opportunity, but really difficult to tackle and to get these individuals on board. So it's a way to start that customer acquisition journey by really winning the hearts and minds of these individuals. The second is really unlocking the value in that lifetime journey. So we see financial services as it's a lifetime journey of different products, right? You start with an account, a transaction account, you make transactions, you start saving, you take out a loan, you buy goods, you take out insurance on your house, you start investing. So it's this entire lifetime journey, but really you need a level of financial understanding to unlock all the opportunity there and to unlock the value from individuals making good decisions. And what I think is the most valuable actually is getting to know customers better. So the data that comes from this is a really interesting input into things like credit scoring, product development, customer segmentation.
Yeah. So let me tell you, Monique, that the way you talk about financial literacy and Fineazy is very contagious. We had the chance to have this conversation in person, and let me tell you that we can feel the passion from this side. And I know that you are a visionary. So tell me what's next for Fineazy. Where do you see Fineazy in 3 years?
Oh, so, I mean, there's so much opportunity, right? I see in the next 3 years, I see geographic expansion. So across multiple African countries, I see a partnership with one of the Pan-African telcos or banks. And ultimately, I see this as a starting point for, being able to offer additional services to really help consumers on their journey with financial services. So, we believe in meeting consumers where they're at, which is at the I need to understand phase. But ultimately, we see a huge opportunity once an individual understands these concepts and is able to demand and use these products well, looking into help supporting them with, comparison, direct support with applications, and potentially even advisory, but we'll cross that bridge down the line.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Monique. Thank you very much for your time. It was a very nice chat. All the best for Fineazy. I'll be checking on you guys very closely. And thank you very much for your time, Monique.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Fernando.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.